Hello everyone and welcome to another video. As Ben said last time on the channel, it's a bit of a strange going on at the moment. We can't go out anywhere, we can't do any adventures. So we're going to bring you some how-tos and small bits of mechanic work you can do on your driveway. So this time we're working on the Mark II. My name's Andy and welcome to UK Panda 4x4. So, this is my Mark II Fiat Panda 4x4 Sicily. This one's an Italian thoroughbred, imported in 2016 from Rome and then road registered in the United Kingdom. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take the seats out of the car. Now, this isn't a very tough job. You only need a couple of tools and we're going to give it an easy on the mechanic skills required level. Now, a couple of people have asked about this on the group, so it's a subject we're going to cover. If you'd like to suggest any other subjects or anything else you want to know about mechanical wise with these vehicles, just drop it in the comments below or join us on UK Panda 4x4 on Facebook. So, we're going to take you inside now. As with most other three-door cars, the Panda has the tilt and slide front seats to gain access to the rear of the vehicle. Now these seats have a runner at the rear, which you can see here. If we tilt it back, the main mounting is on the floor at the front. And these are the only bolts which hold the seat in. So before we start, I'm going to show you where these bolts come out underneath the car. Now, if your car is quite old or it's a farm fresh barn find, then you can guarantee that these are going to be all rotten underneath. You need to be aware to oil these up with plenty of WD-40 before you start undoing them. If the threads go tight or you think they're going to snap, you need to exercise some caution. So, these are just a 13mm head on these bolts, so we're going to take our ratchet and start undoing these three first. Okay, when they're undone, you can see the seat is now loose. We need to move this stuff out of the way, and then we're going to grab the tilt handle and move it forward onto the runners to access the rear. So we're in the back now, and as you can see, this is the seat runner. Now this is where people come unstuck with this job. This little clip just here needs to be pushed in. This is all that is stopping the seat from going all the way back on the runners themselves. This one here is the final mounting, so it's the furthest back that you can set your seat to when you're driving. And this little clip here is what's stopping the seat going all the way back. So we're going to take our hammer and punch and knock that in. So there you can see now the clip itself is pretty much flush with the edge of the runner. And it's not only this inside you're going to have to do, but it's the other side as well. Both sides have these clips which need pushing in flat, and then we can slide the seat back and out of the runners. The other thing to mention before we start taking the seat back in the runners is some of the 4x4s have the ashtray in the back. This can get in the way. But you don't need to take it out, just push it slightly over to one side and that lets the side of the seatbelt connector come out. So we've pushed the seat over on the clip. We're going to put our hand underneath and grab the adjustment bar and slide the seat back. So it's past the runners. We can tilt it round. And take it out of the car. So that's the front seat out successfully. Now, some of you may have noticed this isn't actually the original interior for this car, because this car will have come with the beige Sisley Canoe embroidered logo on the seats. Now, I took that out when I first got the car because it's worth too much money for me to use. I can't keep anything nice, so I've put the old interior out of my old 4x4 in. Now, we're going to work on the back seat now. Now, this is a very easy seat to take out. It's basically 4 bolts, but there are plenty of things to get in the way and piss you off. So, I'll show you that now. Okay, so here's the rear seat, the seat belts. And we've got the 3 connectors. That's the centre one and the 2 side seats. Lap belt. And here are the mounting bolts. We've got 2 10mm that side and 2 10mm this side. So this is obviously a tilting seat. The back folds down and the bottom folds up. But as we're taking it out, you'll see that all these clips are going to get in the way, and also the seat belts at the side will need folding in. So I'll take you through it now. So we're going to undo these 2 sets of the 10mm bolts now, one on either side. And you'll be aware that if you've got your car off a farm or something like that, somewhere where it's been worked, these bolts are likely to be any kind of bolt that they could find when they were putting the seat back in. Often farmers take these seats out and chuck loads of straw and stuff in the back, and then if they come to sell the car or they want to use the car for passengers again, then they'll just chuck anything in they can find. So we've undone the bolts on both sides now. So we're going to grab the back of the seat, undo it from the clips which hold the back up, move the seat belts, and then lift the bottom out with the seat folded right over. So all of these will need to go out through the gap there before we lift the seat out. And the seat will just lift off, fold up, and hopefully we can get it out in one go. Henry's been in and done his clean up job. Managed to suck all the mounting bolts up obviously, so I'm going to have to sort that out. So I'm going to come in here next and get everything cleaned up before I put the seats back in. We're reinstating the front seat onto the runners now. And these are the sections here that you can see need to go into that runner rail there. One on that side and then this one on this side. Now our pin is still all the way back on the runner, that's just under here. So these will slide inside that runner tubing. Now I have put some more grease on these, but they can be quite awkward, especially if you've got a car which has got some muck and stones and things in. Make sure they're all clear before you start doing this, or you'll have a right fight on your hands. We've got the seat lined up, and we're going to just gently push these into the runners. And then we're going to have to grab the handle underneath in order to release the pins and slide it onto the runners. Now after you've done this, we're going to tilt the seat back into the upright position and make sure we're equal on both sides of these runners before we bolt the front in. So the rear of the seat is now in position. The front of the seat is equal because we've got the runners equal on either side at the back. So we put our plate back in, which goes over the adjuster there. Line up our holes. And then put these bolts back in. Now I have greased these bolts before they're going back in very slightly, and obviously when we've got them back in, I'm going to have to put a bit more paint on them on the underside of the car just to protect the threads. Right, after we've finished that, I'm going to slide the seat forward on the runners and reset the rear clips. Okay, so the front seat is now fully bolted in and mounted. We've got it tilted forwards, and we're now going to access the clips on the runners. So that's just these ones that we bent back flat before, need to come back out. So we're just going to get our hammer and old screwdriver in there now, and just slightly kink these back out again, just enough to stop the runner of the seat at its full extent. And there we go. As you can see, the clip is now in the way of the seat runner, which will stop the runner from coming all the way back out when you adjust the seat all the way back. So we've got this one to do on the other side as well, and then we're done. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this job has helped you in your little project that you're on with at the moment. If you'd like to request any other jobs that you'd like us to run through on any variant of the Pandas, then just drop a comment down below or join us on our Facebook group. You can also join us at the Fiat Panda Classic Owners Group UK on Facebook, and that's where we cover all the two-wheel drive aspects as well. We'll see you next time, guys. Stay safe.